One road project is currently at a dead end for the city of Athens.
A local business strikes deals with uptown vendors to save you some money.
And one man is facing penalty fines and possible foreclosure at a local trailer park. These stories and more coming up. Athens Midday starts now.
From Ohio University, you're watching WOUB2, television for Athens County.
A mass mailing mistake could mean trouble for some local caregivers. Good afternoon, I'm Nadia Sheng.
And I'm Courtney Hessenauer. Some people in the county won't be too happy with a letter that the state sent out recently. Potentially nearly 50 state child care providers here in Athens County had their social security numbers exposed. WBNS TV in Columbus reported yesterday that more than 8,000 child care providers in the state were sent mail with their ID numbers printed on the outside of the envelope. Now that ID is just a 6-digit number for child care centers, but for in-home child care providers, it's their social security number. Here in Athens, 47 in-home providers are certified with the state and could have received the mass mailing exposing their personal identification. Athens also has 15 child care centers.
In a time of budget cuts at Ohio University, some might be surprised by a fairly expensive project that has been shut down by the city of Athens. Bobcat Lane, an access road to the Richland Bridge, remains closed to traffic even after it was completed. Athens Midday reporter Danny English is live in our newsroom. Danny, has this affected the relationships between the university and the city?
Well, the university is being careful not to go on the offensive for the city's decision to close Bobcat Lane. Last year, President McDavis called it the most important issue in the town-gown relationship, but it's held little interest since then, until now. 3 poles block it at the bottom, and 4 posts block it at the top. Bobcat Lane was supposed to be the road to connect Richland Avenue to Baker Center. Instead, it's a road to nowhere.
It's ridiculous.
Luke Schaefer says he doesn't think there is any good way to get to Baker. The president's chief of staff, Becky Watts, agrees and says opening Bobcat Lane would help solve that problem.
It would benefit students, it would benefit community members, faculty and staff, and anyone really needing to get to that part of campus and then get back out.
But the city says there is one major roadblock. Now, the mayor did not return our calls, but he did tell the Athens Messenger his biggest concern was safety. Safety, even though OU had an external source say the road was safe enough for two-way travel.
The university feels that opening that in a very closely controlled way would not pose any kind of a safety issue for people either on Richland or people accessing Bobcat Lane.
OU suggested opening the lane as a one-way for a trial period, but the mayor refused the proposal.
That he just was concerned that if you move forward there would be some safety risks. He was not specific about those risks.
For now, the resolution is at a dead end. Again, the mayor did not return our calls, but Watts emphasized that this does not hurt the relationship between OU and Athens. She also says the university has no plans to bring up Bobcat Lane in the near future. For Midday News, I'm Danny English.
Thanks, Danny. Parents of a missing Ohio mom are begging for help in the search for their daughter. 26-year-old Tiffany Brown of Bell Fountain vanished Friday afternoon. She picked up her 2 boys from school, went home, and left them with a babysitter. Brown told them she'd be back in a half an hour, but she never returned. Her parents say a text message was sent from her phone on Saturday to the father of her children, but they say they know she didn't write it. Now they're praying for answers.
Call me or call the police department. She has 2 boys that love her and miss her, and we need to find her.
Yesterday, Brown's car was discovered at an apartment complex, but still no sign of Brown. Brown's parents say she's not the kind of person to leave her family. An Ohio woman and her daughter have been each charged with 20 counts of animal cruelty in what officials say is one of the worst animal hoarding cases ever seen in Ohio. 113 dogs were removed from the Cleveland area home. The dogs were found packed in crates and cages and surrounded by trash and feces. 5 of the dogs were found dead and another 5 were pregnant. Most of the dogs were sick but are receiving care at a shelter. The two women could face 90 days jail time and over $700 in fines for each count.
The Athens County Sheriff's Department has added a little muscle to its line of vehicles at virtually no cost. Athens County Commissioners met this morning, and Sheriff Patrick Kelly revealed the department has gotten a sweet deal on a Hummer, thanks to the U.S. government. 2 deputies drove to Iowa to pick up the vehicle and bring it back to Athens County. When the commissioner expressed concerns about the gas mileage, Sheriff Kelly repeated, "We got it for free." All it needs is a paint job and the markings of the Athens County Sheriff's vehicle. The owner of two trailer parks in Athens County may face foreclosures. County officials say the action is being taken against owner Raymond A. Coxford for failing to pay his property taxes. At stake are 47 parcels of land and 4 manufactured homes. Most of the properties are located within the Pine Air Village and Knoll Court trailer parks. The properties together are valued at more than $1.35 million. Coxford is also working with the Ohio EPA to fix a sewage pollution problem at Knollwood. He has also been made to pay a $100,000 civil penalty. After being criticized about not doing enough to diversify his cabinet, Ohio Governor John Kasich is stepping up his game. Kasich met with the Ohio Legislative Black Caucus Monday to hash out its legislative priorities. Black state lawmakers are working with the governor to help close the achievement gap among students of different ethnicities.
OU President Roderick McDavis has announced his support for faculty buyout plans. The buyouts are one of the strategies Ohio University has to improve its tough financial situation. Guidelines for eligibility have not been decided. However, between 350 to 450 OU employees are potentially eligible. If approved, the plan would start at the beginning of fiscal year 2012. A new discount program is being offered in Athens, providing deep discounts to the consumer. But is the program equally good for participating businesses? Liz McKinnon is with us now live. Liz, is this a win-win program?
Well, what started out as a partnership between 2 fraternity brothers has become a growing business here in Athens. Zach Sebo and Max Blank offer a trade to local businesses, discount prices on their products in return for publicity and unconventional advertising. Some businesses have signed up for the program and seem to benefit, but others are staying away. The idea is simple. People go to kegfly.com and purchase local business packages for 50 to 80% off.
The students go on there and they'll hit buy me and they'll fill out their information and then they're charged and then they can print out a voucher or they can have a text message sent to their phone.
Blank and co-founder Zach Sebo make their rounds to nearby businesses, offering these deals as a way to attract new customers.
There's some businesses that when we hit them up, they were like, come back, I'm not interested, this is stupid. And since then, we've signed them on to 2 or 3 deals already.
These discounts could be seen as a major cut in their profits, but some business owners see a positive outcome from the KegFly deals.
We make money for sure. Like I said, not a lot because that's part of the attraction.
Even though we're getting only 50%, but that's still going to get them step into the door to even do other services.
Obedi signed on business with KegFly and saw this as a way to advertise.
It's more beneficial for my name recognition to get that out there. But like I said, we don't lose money on the deal.
Not all businesses are eager to participate. Store owners gave different reasons why they're holding back.
We might get to the point where, we want to get our name out there more and we're willing to give up more. And at this point, I'm not willing to give up more.
You would have to sell an overwhelming amount of the group buys to really make it worthwhile.
KegFly founder Sebo says in the long haul, all businesses will turn a profit. KegFly has been around since September, asking area businesses to negotiate deals online. Sebo says he plans to cover all different kinds of stores, from tanning to retail. Many businesses say yes, but others say they'll wait and see where this goes. I'm Liz McKinnon, reporting for Athens Midday.
Find out how KegFly's program is affecting local businesses on our website at athensmidday.com.
Athens may be buzzing with money deals, but that doesn't seem to be the case statewide. The state is facing a projected $8 billion budget hole, and tonight we'll talk about it on the WOUB's main broadcast channel. WOUB will examine the state's budget situation with a live in-depth special. The program will feature a panel of politicians and experts to take your questions about how to fix the deficit. It will be on tonight at 8, and that's Channel 2 for Time Warner customers. You can also listen live on WOUB FM or stream it from the website woub.org. Ohio may be in a budget hole, but there is a sign of economic improvement nationwide. Businesses added to their inventories for a 12th consecutive month. This signals further gains in production at U.S. factories. Total business sales rose more than 1% in December. The past year of adding to inventories has allowed businesses to reach more than $1 trillion in investment in December. Economists consider this level healthy. A rally in Tehran leads to strict consequences from the Iranian government.
And one former president will be given the highest civilian honor today at the White House. Find out who when Athens Midday returns.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Once they've outgrown their toddler seat, they're still not ready for adult safety belts alone. 4'9" is the magic number. Until then, kids need a booster seat. Make sure your little pumpkin gets there safely. Visit boosterseat.gov.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
My pot of gold, your daddy's little girl, till heaven home.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
A wave of sentiment from Egypt's protests has reached Iran, but the government is threatening tough crackdowns. Iranian lawmakers are demanding trials and even executions of opposition leaders. This comes a day after clashes at a rally in Tehran which left 1 dead and dozens injured. Tens of thousands of people attended the rally yesterday in solidarity with Egypt's momentous revolt. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton announced support for the Iranians who have taken to the streets.
Would call to account the Iranian government that is once again using its security forces and resorting to violence to prevent the free expression of ideas from their own people.
The wave of anti-government revolt also has spread to other countries in the Middle East, including Bahrain. The fate of one American is on the top of Senator John Kerry's agenda. Kerry is to meet with the senator officials in Pakistan to discuss the detainment of an American who killed 2 Pakistanis. Raymond Allen Davis admitted to shooting the men, but in self-defense. Talks will take place later today.
15 people will receive Medals of Freedom today. One of those 15 honored will be former President, the elder George Bush. Others who will be recognized include billionaire investor Warren Buffett, poet Maya Angelou, cellist Yo-Yo Ma, and baseball legend Stan Musial. The Medal of Freedom is the nation's highest civilian honor. It is given to people who make significant contributions to national security, world peace, culture, or other major things. President Obama held a news conference earlier today to talk about his new budget plan he unveiled Monday. The president said the plan will help the country live within its means while still investing in the future. Republicans are asking for more drastic cuts. President Obama said today that common ground can be found, but will take a compromise. A $3.73 trillion White House budget has been unveiled today. Congressman Bill Johnson expressed his displeasure with the new budget, calling for a new approach that puts the economy first. He announced that the budget adds about $9 trillion to the national debt over the next 10 years in new government spending. It is said that taxes on working families and job creators will also be raised.
An Italian judge ruled today that the Prime Minister will stand trial. Italy Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi will be tried after being accused for abuse of power and also paying for sex with an underage girl. The judge put the case on the fast track, and the trial is already scheduled to begin in early April. Berlusconi denies the charges, and his lawyers argue that the courts do not have authority to try a prime minister. The United Nations Security Council met yesterday with representatives from Thailand and Cambodia to call for a ceasefire between the two countries. The conflict is over a centuries-old Hindu temple. Fighting broke out February 4th between Thai and Cambodian troops. Cambodia brought the matter before the UN. The Security Council is urging both countries to establish a ceasefire and resolve the situation peacefully through dialogue. The two countries will sit down to talk later this month at the Association of Southeast Asian Nations meetings in Indonesia. And could we see a warm-up by the end of the week? Evan Armour is next with the full forecast.
And did the Lady Lancers pull out a win at last night's basketball game? Join us for sports when Athens Midday returns.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Dimes are shiny and round. Nickels are also round. Dollars are not round. Dollars are rectangles. What can I buy with two rectangles?
A bus ride.
You're right. Good job, honey.
When you talk with your child, you build vocabulary, and learning starts long before school does. For more tips, go to bornlearning.org.
Well, the sun was shining today. It was nice out.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see a warmer week. Evan, what do you have for us?
Well, ladies, you're right. It is sunny outside right now. If we take a look outside to the corner of Court and Union, we can see that lots of people are out there soaking up that sun. Many of them opting for a light jacket or even a sweatshirt rather than those heavy winter coats we've been so used to wearing. But don't let that sun fool you. It is still a little chilly at 39 degrees. Taking a look at our other current conditions right now, humidity is at 48%, wind is at 0 to 5 miles per hour. Our pressure is at 30.28 right now, and visibility is at 10 miles. If we look at our almanac for February 15th, our daily average for today is 43 degrees. Our daily low, or our average low rather, is 25 degrees, but our record high was 75 degrees and the record low 0 degrees. The sun rose this morning at 7:20 and it'll set tonight at 6:05. Taking a look at temperatures around the state right now, most hovering in the mid to upper 30s. Toledo is a little cooler than most at 30. Cleveland and Canton both at 34 degrees right now. Columbus also at 34. Athens, as I mentioned, 39 degrees. And Dayton and Cincinnati both at 37 degrees right now. Take a look at the Ohio radar. Look at that. Nothing much is going on. That's because we had a high pressure system move in here earlier this week, which cleared up our skies, and they're going to maintain going to continue to be clear, rather, for the rest of the week. If you look around the country, not much is going on in most of the country, but as you can see over here in the Northwest, there is some light rain in Washington, Oregon, and parts of Northern California. But like I said, it's not heavy, it's just light rain. And as we can see, the rest of the country, pretty clear for right now. If you take a look at the rest of our day today, at 3 p.m., we're going to maintain those sunny skies. Temperature will be at 44. Then around dinner time, we're just going to drop slightly to 43 degrees. We're going to have some partly cloudy skies. Then at 9 p.m., we're going to drop to 38 degrees. And again, we'll have some partly cloudy skies. Taking a look at overnight tonight, it'll be 22 degrees. We're going to have some calm winds tonight. No precipitation, however, so that should be pretty nice. And then if we take a look at tomorrow, it's going to be 57 degrees tomorrow. Again, no precipitation, so that's good. And it's a pretty warm temperature, so most people will probably be looking forward to that. Again, like I said, no rain tomorrow and partly cloudy skies. If you take a look at our 4-day forecast, as we can see, tomorrow and Thursday, partly cloudy. But if we are going to see any rain, we have a 40% chance on Friday. But as you can see, the temperature will still be pretty high at 63 degrees. Then Saturday, we're going to drop slightly to a high of 47 degrees, but we'll keep those partly cloudy skies. So it looks like the rest of the week is going to be pretty nice for us, so we can go enjoy those sunny skies.
Yeah, that 60-degree weather sounds awesome.
That's great. Definitely looking forward to it. Well, the former director of WUB Center for Public Media will have her retirement reception this afternoon, which is open to the public.
Find out more about this event and more things to do in today's community calendar. Well, all this warm weather feels more like football weather than basketball.
And I hear there are a lot of basketball games going on, tournaments being finished.
Oh yeah, girls tournaments, boys are ending their season. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Girls high school basketball has begun tournament play. In last night's first round, New Lexington knocked Meigs out. The Panthers outscored the Marauders all but the last quarter. They won by 17 points, ending with the final score of 77-60. Benton County girls had a rough loss last night in their tournament play against Gallia Academy. The Vikings had a 1-point lead with just 14 seconds left, but the Blue Angels' Heather Ward sank a shot just inside the arc, leading the team to a victory. The final score was 48-47. In D4 play, Miller surpassed Southern in the final moments of last night's game, knocking them out of tournament play. 2 free throws by senior Aubrey Hand propelled the Falcons to the win over the Tornadoes, ending with a score of 32-30. A losing record is rarely something to brag about. Even more rare is a team that has pride in not winning even a single game. But as Athens Midday reporter Jenna Miller tells us, the Lady Lancers are holding their heads high today, even with their losing record.
The Lady Lancers might have finished their season without a single win, but for a team with only 5 players, just finishing a game is a victory in itself. When one of them fouls out, these girls continue with just 4 players.
It gets really tiring at the end, but during the second half we get a break and it's really, we catch back up, so it's fun.
It was tough, but I'm glad that it's done and that we accomplished something.
Coach Dave Crozier says having only 5 girls puts them at a disadvantage.
One thing that's a great help with player improvement is to have competition in practice for your particular position. We didn't have that.
But Coach Crozier says it's not necessarily the team's size that got the aptly nicknamed Iron 5 into trouble this season.
Turnovers have gotten us into a lot of problems, and we need to focus on taking care of the ball. Our ball handling and our shooting both must improve as far as individual skills.
Although the Lady Lancers were lacking in wins this season, they definitely weren't lacking in dedication.
Dedication was good. We didn't have too many players that missed practices at all. And sickness, illness didn't stop these kids.
And there was no lack of support from off the court.
We got great fan support. The administration, the fans, the student section, the booster club, we've got it all.
Our boys basketball team has been very supportive. They painted their chests a couple times and chanted Iron 5 the whole game.
Coach Crozier says he knows his team will improve next season. All 5 players will be returning, plus 5 incoming freshmen. Reporting for Athens Midday, I'm Jenna Miller.
The Iron 5 has played every minute of each game this season. If you want to find out more about the team and their plans for next season, go to our website, athensmidday.com. Girls basketball is in postseason play, but the boys are still in their regular season, and tonight is busy for them. All 5 county teams are playing tonight. Federal Hocking is hitting the hardwood against Marietta. The Lancers are currently 5-13 overall. This is not a conference game. It is set to begin at 7:30 at Federal Hocking. 2 county teams are also playing each other. Alexander will be on the road to play at Nelsonville York tonight. The Spartans are 4-4 in the TVC, while the Buckeyes are just 2-6. The last time the 2 teams faced each other, the Spartans won 54-45. The game starts at 8. The Athens Bulldogs are taking on TVC Ohio team, the Wellston Rockets, at home. The Bulldogs currently sit at 4-4 in the conference, while the Rockets are 3-5. Last time they played, the Rockets took the win with a score of 52-43. The game begins in McAfee Gymnasium at 7:30. The number 4 Trimble Tomcats are hosting the number 1 TVC Hocking team, the Eastern Eagles, tonight. Eastern swept the Tomcats with a score of 54-36 the last time the teams faced each other. The Tomcats are currently 9-5 in the TVC, while Eastern has a record of 12-1. The game starts at 7:30. The Ohio men take on Buffalo tonight. This away matchup is the second time the Bobcats and Bulls have played this season. The last time they faced each other, the Bulls pulled away with a win. The Cats currently sit at 5-6 in the MAC, while the Bulls are 7-4. Ohio and Buffalo are the league's top 2 scoring teams. Tonight's game will be televised on Sports Time Ohio. It begins at 7:30. And here's something outside of basketball. Tiger Woods is being fined by the European Tour. The reason? Spitting on the 12th green at the Dubai Desert Classic Sunday. The amount fined is undisclosed, but Woods does acknowledge his mistake. He apologized for his action yesterday morning via Twitter, saying, quote, "The Euro Tour is right. It was inconsiderate to spit like that, and I know better. Just wasn't thinking and want to say I'm sorry." He placed 20th overall in the Classic.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, who knew you could get in trouble for spitting on the course? I didn't. So.
Yeah. Well, burglary is on the rise in one Northern California neighborhood, but the culprit isn't your typical thief. Dusty the cat is a normal house pet by day, but by night, he's the neighborhood burglar. Over the past 3 years, Dusty has stolen about 600 things from the neighborhood and took it all back to his homeowners. No one plans to file a police report because they know they just need to go down the street to get their stolen items back. The neighbors have nicknamed him Klepto the Cat.
And tune into Newswatch tonight at 5:30. Ohio University Chief of Staff Becky Watts will be live in the studio to talk more about the faculty buyout plan.
And join us for midday tomorrow to see a report on whether or not low-income families applying for financial assistance should have to take a drug test. Have a great day.